Terrestrial Pokemon EX are very overlooked right now, but I think I found a way to make Arcanine EX shine brighter than ever before. Roll the intro. What is going on, everybody? Hitmonchanning here, back again with another Pokemon trading card game online deck tech, and we are here on PTCG Live today to take a look at Arcanine EX. This is a Terra Pokemon EX. We haven't looked at any of them yet, and I think the card is super cool and has a lot of potential. I know it's been overlooked for, you know, as long as Scarlet and Violet has been out, but I think I finally cracked the code on how to play this card correctly. So what does Arcanine EX do? Well, first, we have to talk about its Terra effect. Terrestrial Pokemon have a cool effect that reads, as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. So basically, you can't get bench sniped. This Arcanine EX can't get bench sniped. You know, when you evolve your Growlithe into Arcanine EX, it is safe from all spread damage. Now, what makes this Arcanine EX worth playing? Well, it is a fire type, which is a pretty decent type to be right now. Water isn't like the craziest type right now, and it has 280 HP, so it's pretty bulky for only giving up 2 prizes, and it has 2 pretty interesting attacks. The first attack, Raging Claws, does 30 plus 10 more for each damage counter on this Pokemon, but it only costs 2 fire energy. And for 1 more fire energy, Bright Flame does a flat 250 damage, and you must discard 2 fire energy from this Pokemon. So how are we playing this Arcanine EX? Well, we're playing it in a firebox kind of style of deck. I grabbed this list off Twitter, I won't lie to you. I don't remember who posted it though. If I do find it, I will put their link in the description. If you can find it, please let me know and I will credit them in the description as well. Unfortunately, I didn't write it down, but basically this deck plays a bunch of different fire attackers, as well as the brand new Regidrago to draw cards. Regidrago has that rumbling engine ability that lets you discard an energy card from your hand, and fill your hand to 6. So it's kind of like Radiant Greninja and Bibarel combined. We're playing a 2-2 line of our Arcanine EX and a 2-2 line of our Regidrago line, and we have a couple of other attackers in here. Our main one that we're going to be using is actually Moltres from Brilliant Stars. It's got that Inferno Wings attack. It does 20 damage, but if it has any damage counters on it, you can do 70 more damage. Unfortunately, that damage isn't affected by weakness, but that's okay because it only costs 1 fire energy, so you're going to be doing 90 for 1 fire. We play 4 of those Moltres in the deck, and we play 2 of Entei, which is going to be our other attacker. It's pretty bulky as well, and it has that very useful fleet-footed ability that lets you draw 1 card if it's in the active, as well as Burning Rondo that does 20 plus 20 more for each bench Pokemon. So you can max out at 220 damage if both you and your opponent have a full bench of Pokemon. And for our last fire attacker in here, we have Radiant Heatran. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why not play Radiant Charizard? Well, Radiant Heatran's Raging Blast for 1 fire, 2 colorless, does 70 damage times the amount of damage counters on this Pokemon. As long as you use Magma Basin to Radiant Heatran 2 times, you're going to be doing 280 damage, which is more than Radiant Charizard could ever dream to do. I mean, unless it had a choice belt, of course, but, you know, don't mind that. I like Radiant Heatran in here because it allows you to force your opponent to deal with it and take the single prize, and you can hit just as hard with something like Arcanine EX instead, or they can, you know, let the Heatran get powered up, and then they can, you know, they can accept that they're going to get one shot by it. So that's why I really like the Radiant Heatran in here. And other Pokemon we have is just 1 Lumineon V to help search out supporters. Trainer wise, we are playing a pretty straightforward list. We're rocking 4 Switch as well as 4 Escape Rope in here because we want to keep switching out in and out of the active as quickly and efficiently as possible. Now, I know what you're probably saying, why aren't you playing any Armarouge in this deck? Armarouge, if you don't know, allows you to bring a fire energy from your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. But the thing is that's another stage 1 line we have to play in here, and just having consistent switching options is so much more usable. We're also playing 2 Energy Retrieval in here to get some energy back from our discard pile, as well as 3 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball, and 4 Magma Basin. Magma Basin is really what makes this deck come together, because we can attach a fire energy from our discard pile to our bench fire Pokemon and put 2 damage counters on it. Supporter wise, we are playing 2 Boss, 2 Judge, 4 Research, and 2 Raihan to help us power up our Pokemon even more efficiently and, you know, get us some win conditions, like grab us a boss for the next turn, a switch, whatever we may need. Energy-wise, we are playing 13 Fire Energy, and that's about it for the list. Like I said, it's very, very straightforward, but this deck is very fun to play and actually deceptively strong because a lot of people kind of don't expect to deal with this and know what they're dealing with. So we're going to hop into some games, and we're going to get some dubs with Arcanine EX. We get to call the coin flip here. Tails never fails, is what I always say. And we get heads. We've hit, you know, heads every single game this video, but that's okay. Our opponent won the coin flip. They're going to decide who goes first. I'm thinking that they're going to be nice to us and let us go first. And maybe we can get a decent board setup. No, they're going to go first. Okay, that's fine. Thankfully, we can still try and donk with Moltres here. So it's not all doom and gloom. This is decent. This is pretty decent. I think if we found an Ultra Ball, we'd be doing okay. I want to start the Entei V so we can fleet-footed, and we're going to be playing against a Lightning-type deck, probably Miraidon EX, if I were to guess. Entei versus Raikou in the active battle of the legendary beasts. And, okay, they're going to start with the fleet-footed. We have options here. I'm not mad about that. They just, oh, they get the battle VIP off the fleet-footed. Oh, man. Oh, it's Lost Box. Okay. Alright, Lost Box, our game plan changes dramatically. They have Beach Court so they can retreat into Comfy. We do have to worry about raiding Greninja, I will say. What did they get rid of? They got rid of Clara, that's very good for us. They have Manaphy, that's fine. We don't need mana, we don't do bench damage here. We should be okay here. We can kind of abuse Arcanine's Terrastal ability. Which is going to let us not get damaged by Greninja if we're on the bench. So, yeah, we got to pay very close attention. They're getting rid of a Collapsed. They're going to prep the Raikou for attacking, and that's it. Okay. We get a Research. That's huge. That is huge. All right. We'll start with the Fleet-Footed here. Their Fire Energy. I think we just want to Research everything away. All we need is Switch plus Magma Basin. That's it. It's not that much to ask for. We got Switch, but no Basin. Man. Okay. That's okay. I don't think they'll be able to knock out Entei V. So I'm kind of okay committing an energy to it. I'll Ultra Ball here. And I want to grab a Varoom. Yeah, I do want to grab Varoom for sure. And we can just energy retrieval, grab some more energies back into the hand. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking our game plan so far. It would have been really good if we could get the knockout here on this Comfy, but they don't have like that much going on, so I'm pretty okay with that. I can go for a Flower Selecting here, see where they're gonna grab. Okay. Yeah, so my line of thinking, right? They can go up and attack with Raikou V. This Entei is only getting knocked out if they somehow play... Like, no, this Entei V cannot get knocked out this turn. Like, there's no world it can. But their Raikou V can get knocked out next turn. Now, Cramorant doesn't hit for weakness, that's fine. So we're okay against that. We have Boss, so we can potentially take out their Raikou. Yeah, I'm okay with this hand. Like, this hand isn't the worst thing in the world. We have access to another Fleet-Footed guaranteed, so we're going to be drawing 2 at the beginning of next turn. We'll be okay. We will be okay. There's the Lost Vacuum. They're going to probably just get rid of their own Beach Court, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's all there is on the board. There's Mirage Gate. I don't understand why I didn't retreat first, though. That doesn't make sense to me. I also don't know why they're putting a bunch of energy on Raikou V. They have Switch Card in hand. There's Raikou V coming into the active, making our job easier. Yeah, we're just going to be able to knock it out with Burning Rondo next turn if we can get enough Pokemon on the bench. Why? That's interesting. There's some things I have never seen when playing the Pokemon TCG. But you know what? That's fine. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that here. And we're gonna see what they do. They're gonna go for the Fleet-Footed. I understand. They probably wanted to use the Forest Seal Stone and get a Choice Belt to do more damage. But the thing is you can't use a V-Star power on a non-Pokemon V, right? So they couldn't use that Forest Seal Stone regardless. Okay, that's fine. And they're just going for the Lightning Rondo, 180 damage. You know, it's a bit painful for our pal Entei, but thankfully we'll be okay. Let's go for a Fleet-Footed here. There's a Reveroom. We can evolve. Bench Entei. Yeah, let's go for a Rumbling Engine first. We do get the fire. Okay. Oh, man. I really don't want to get rid of Arcanine, but I think we might need to for now. Yeah, we'll just attach that there. We're already taking the KO. I think we got a research. I need to get a Growlithe down this turn. Yeah, I think we just have to do that. And now we can Burning Rondo for 220 and take a knockout on Raikou V. The fact that, I don't know, they didn't prepare their Greninja either makes me feel okay that they're not going to knock out our Growlithe. And then we can just Ultra Ball, get Arcanine. Our Growlithe is going to be, our Arcanine is going to be safe on the bench. And then we can start doing some things. They have Clara, though, so they're going to be able to pick up Raikou and a couple energies. So we'll see what they have in their hand. It really depends on that. They have another Force Seal Stone. Maybe they're just trying to thin down their hand, and this is part of their master plan, you know? I don't know. There's concealed cards. Okay, yeah, this is going to be interesting for sure. The good thing is, right, like, Radiant Greninja's not going to be able to knock out anything else on our bench other than Growlithe. So if they opt to go that route, they'll have to target down something else, right? Yeah, okay. They're going to use that Force Seal Stone. I'm curious what they're going to grab. Maybe they're going to try and stick something in the active, which would be tough for us. But we do have Raihan in hand, so we're going to be able to power up some another Pokemon very easily. I'm just hoping they don't end up knocking out our Growlithe, because our Growlithe is going to be the key, or our Arcanine, I'll say, is going to be the key to winning this matchup. There's that Mirage Gate here. They're going to start prepping Raikou. They just have the one energy. Okay. They're not interested in using Greninja, it seems. And they're just going to pass. Okay, interesting. We do top deck boss. They're going to concede. I think they definitely realized they made a misplay. But hey, a dub against Lost Box is a dub against Lost Box, so I won't complain. We get to call the coin flip here. Tails never fails, is what I always say. And it's heads. So our opponent is going to get to choose if they go first or if we go first. It's not the worst thing in the world if we have to go second here. I mean, let's, you know, we can potentially get a donk if they have a dead hand. Like, it's really not terrible. The only bad thing, yeah, they're going to go first. The only bad thing is if we just have a completely dead hand. Like, yeah, so we're going to see. Yeah, this hand, we need a little bit more. We'll start with Varoom here, at least. We need, like, if we get Magma Basin, this hand is kind of savable. If not, we're gonna need a little bit more from our deck here. We've got a lot of switching cards in hand that we don't quite need right now. Our research would be really nice to just reset this whole hand here. And we're gonna be playing against Dialga VSTAR here. This is gonna be interesting. Should be a good matchup for us, right? Like, theoretically, should be a good matchup. But you know what? Our Moltres doesn't hit for weakness. Inferno Wings does not hit for weakness. So, not the best. However, they started with 2 VIP passes and 2 Magnemites in hand. I call BS on that. I call tomfoolery. They can concealed cards as well. That is a crazy opening hand. Oh my gosh. Why don't I ever get those opening hands with Dialga? Now they're going to instant charge. Okay, can we get something to save this hand a little bit? We get Judge. We can... Okay, we can maybe do something here. Yeah, okay, we can maybe do something. We'll retreat into Moltres, and then we'll switch back into it. And yeah, we'll just go for a Judge here. So hopefully we can get a Magma Basin plus switching card. We got a lot of switching cards, but no Magma Basins. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, the Escape Rope is useless. These switches are pretty useless. We're just going to have to pass here. Man, that Judge needed to be a research, but we drew into so many switching cards. Why does the game just want to give us that? They have the V-Star here. Do they have the way to get Magnezone though? Maybe. I find that the weakness with that Dialga VSTAR deck, I love the deck so much. They're gonna play Avery, okay. Is like a big weakness with that deck is that it's very hard for them. Oh, I definitely should have went Moltres. I am a silly guy. Okay, we really need a top deck of research here. Like, desperately need a research top deck. Nestfall. Maybe we can try and stall. We'll Nestball. We'll grab Entei. We'll switch. Fleet-footed. Maybe we can do something with that. We'll get another Judge. Okay. Judge number 2. Here we go. Here we go. Can we get something going here? It's a little bit better. We'll attach. Okay. I don't see them taking a knockout here, personally. Unless we judge them into, like, the best hand of all time, right? Personally, I don't see them taking a knockout here. One of those cards is the Dialga VSTAR. They got concealed cards going out. Do they just get the Rare Candy Magnezone? They have Avery. Okay, they're back basically the same position as last turn. I don't think they have the Rare Candy Magnezone if they're just going to attach first. They just Metal Blast us. Okay, that's good. That's good. We are potentially going to salvage this. If Magma Basin is good too. We are taking the knockout already, which is incredible. So, okay, this is what I want to do. Oh, yeah, okay. We're working here. We're working. We'll Magma Basin to our Moltres, just so we can get it prepped. Maybe not going to Magnemite next turn. We'll attach here, and I want to go for a Lumineon V. Unfortunately, no more Judge, but we can grab ourselves a Research. And finally, just get a brand new hand here. Okay, I'll Ultra Ball away these two energies, I think. Maybe the energy and the Ultra Ball is what I want to do, yeah. Because I want to start... I don't even know if we need to use Arcanine in this matchup. I might just want to get another Entei. I think I probably just want to grab another Entei here, to be honest with you. It just seems a lot more efficient. And now we can Burning Rondo for 400 damage and knock out Dialga VSTAR. Okay, we're making our comeback a little bit here. If they try and stall, we do have the boss in hand. So we're going to be able to bring something up and knock it out. And yeah, we'll use Entei once more. They're going to try and knock this one out. If they can't, we'll be okay. They're going into Dialga, so they must have something good in their hand. I'm just kind of curious to see what that could be. There's a concealed cards coming out. They're going to draw more. Maybe they're trying to... Alright, they have Avery here. We can just get rid of our Lumineon. That's fine. Easy for us to decide that. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be an interesting game. I want to see if they got it. They've Avery'd 3 times. They have a Metal Energy. Do they have that Rare Candy Magnezone that they so desperately need? They don't. And they can't even take the knockout. Okay, we're pretty okay for during this game. We'll throw it on a Nest Ball. Grab Growlithe here. Let's Fleet-footed and see what we have. An Escape Rope. Okay. We can Magma Basin here to Growlithe. We can attach an Energy. And yeah, we'll just Burning Rondo. We got the KO here. Easy peasy. I don't think there's much they can do, to be honest with you. Maybe they try and put another Dialga down and like stall with a Magnemite in the active. Maybe that's it. Regardless of if they do that, we can just Boss's Orders up the Rodon V and then just knock it out, right? So it's pretty decent. Like, we're in a pretty okay spot. There's that concealed cards coming out once again. They have the Ultra Ball. That's probably what they were looking for. Yeah, okay, they have Battle VIP Pass. There's a Magnezone. They gotta have the Rare Candy in their hand. Yes, they do. Okay. So they're gonna be able to knock out our Entei V here with Giga Magnet. They can also Energy Recycler, putting a bunch of energies back in the deck. Now if the Giga Magnet... Okay, so here's the Nest Ball. Okay, yeah, so they've planned this out all along. I mean, unless they judge us or something, we just win the game anyways. But there's that Giga Magnet coming out from our opponent. Let's see how many cards they get. I'm just curious to see how many. Usually I'm hitting 3 to 4 when I play this deck. They get 3, they get 4, they get 5. They get 5. Okay, 5 is pretty good for them. I'm not gonna lie. And they have the energy attachment in hand. Okay, so they could have potentially came back from this. But they're just gonna power beam us, which means we do have the game in hand. Because now we can just let them take their 2 prize cards. We can go up with Growlithe. And now attach an energy. Bring up the Dialga V. We evolve into Arcanine and just Bright Flame for 500 damage thanks to weakness. And we get to take the final 2 prize cards, taking the win against Dialga VSTAR. Huh, Varoom and Reveroom, funny enough. Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate for them, right? Because they are weak to it, but I think we did play that very well regardless. We get to call the coin flip here. Tails never fails, is what I always say. And it's going to be heads. Our coins have not been kind to us so far. They're going to get to decide who goes first, they being our opponent. And now we just have to wait and see. They're going to opt to go first, and hopefully we can get, we can get something decent going here. We actually do have a pretty okay starting hand for going second here. I'm just curious to see what we're playing against, because that would be able to inform how we navigate this matchup a little bit more. But we're gonna have a very strong start, I think. Definitely depending on what we draw, depends on what we'll do. If they just start 1 Pokemon and they don't bench anything else, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be Radiant Charizard. So still, we're not gonna be able to get a donk quite yet. They're gonna play Magma Basin, so this is a very fire-focused deck. Maybe we can get chip damage on it. That's it. Okay, so we can definitely get some damage on it. Arcanine EX, not something we want to be discarding early on, but I'm thinking we just should, just to be case. We do have the other one in the deck, so this is what I want to do. I want to grab Moltres here. I want to bench these fellas. We'll attach to Varoom, and we'll just research the rest of this hand away. Yeah, okay, so good call on that. I think I'd like to pretty much fill our bench here. Just do that. We're gonna go for the Magma Basin on Moltres, just so we can start hitting this Radiant Charizard a little bit. And now I want to save an Ultra Ball. And actually, no, I want to grab Reveroom with that Ultra Ball. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And we'll retreat and just hit with Moltres for 90 damage. And if nothing crazy, we're going to be able to 2-shot this Radiant Charizard. So if they don't bench a Pokemon next turn, we're going to be doing okay. I wanted to grab a Reveroom with that Ultra Ball because we can now use Rumbling Engine and do, draw a lot of cards to use this other Ultra Ball with. So yeah, I'm pretty content with our start here. This is definitely the kind of start that you can expect with this deck. Now they're going to attach to the benched Moltres and just research the hand away, getting rid of a Boss, a Judge, and a Bibarel. It's pretty good for us. There's a Charcadet and an Entei V, so it looks like we're playing against some sort of Firebox here. Yeah, there's a Growlithe as well, so there's a mix of fire attackers in here, kind of similar to ours. They're going to Magma Basin and grab, I'm guessing power up the Entei. That's what seems logical to me. Yeah, maybe they're going to commit another energy to Moltres. Yeah, no, they're going to get Entei started. That definitely makes sense. But thankfully, we'll be able to return KO it with our Entei. If they don't have a switch option to get this Radiant Charizard out, we're going to be able to KO it with Moltres, and we're going to be trading pretty favorably into them. So I'm not too worried. I'm actually kind of expecting this match to go pretty well for us in the duel of the fire decks. I'm thinking that we're going to be doing okay. Now we're just waiting for our opponent to pass the turn. I don't think there's too much else that's going to happen here, but maybe they're going to be playing, they're going to be playing another funny little card that could disrupt our strategy. But yeah, I think what I want to do is probably just Reveroom, draw our cards. Yeah, that's going to be it. Okay, I figured. So we're going to get Raihan. So we'll go for Reveroom. Let's start with a Rumbling Engine. And yeah, we'll see more cards. That's pretty good. Yeah, I definitely want a Magma Basin to our Growlithe. There's not going to be any kind of spread damage in this deck, I don't think. Which is good. I'm going to Rhyhorn, or not Rhyhorn, you know what I mean. I'm going to get rid of those, grab our other Revavroom, and then draw some more cards. Having two Revavrooms, sorry, having access to two of them, plus a supporter, pretty good. Now, okay, this is what I think I want to do. Probably get rid of those and grab Arcanine. I don't know. I don't expect us to need a second Entei. You know, we'll just bench that other Entei just to be safe, and we'll go for a research. All I really wanted out of that research was to find an energy, so we can start getting Arcanine ready to go next turn. And yeah, I'll just Inferno Wings, and we're going to be doing 180 damage, you know, total over the 2 turns. And we're going to knock out that Radiant Charizard, which is very good for us. And we get a Magma Basin. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty content with this because hopefully, yeah, we have the Rhyhorn. They have Armarouge, so they can actually get Entei V going right now. They have Arcanine EX as well. What's the last card in their hand? Is it a research? Alright, they're going to have to Fleet-Foot it first, okay. Alright, they'll have Defiance Band as well. Interesting. So there's that Magma Basin that they're going to attach an energy to Moltres there. Okay, and then they can move one off of it so they don't have to overcommit. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, this Entei's going to be able to knock us out here. How can we return KO it? They're doing 210 right now. We're not going to be doing enough. We need to use Arcanine to KO it. Okay, that's alright. We'll start with an Entei in the active because we have a switch in hand. And I just want to be able to draw with Fleet-Footed here. Okay. We have 3 energy and discard, which means that we can use Retrieval pretty successfully. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so we'll do that. We'll switch into Arcanine. Yeah, it's possible that Arcanine gets KO'd next turn, so I don't want to overcommit to that as well. So we'll attach to Entei. We will Rhyhorn. Oh, we can't Rhyhorn. We don't have any energy in discard. Okay, how are we going to do this then? That's okay. Next turn we can Rhyhorn. I don't really want to judge them. I don't think that that's worth it. Do I want to bench any Moltres or Lumineon? Not really. No, I think I just want a Bright Flame here. Yeah, I think that seems pretty reasonable. We'll just do that, discarding 2 energy, and we get to take 2 prize cards for that. So hopefully we get some switching options here. Escape Rope is pretty good. They're probably going to go, yeah, into the Moltres this turn, trying to get their Arcanine powered up. Are they going to Lumineon here, actually? Are they going to try and boss something up here? They're going to get Judge. I mean, we do have, like, what is that? An 11-card hand? We have a 10-card hand right now? Yeah, I can understand that. Maybe for that Magma Basin. Start getting their Arcanine prepped for our Arcanine. Yeah, the good thing... Okay, so they're going to Judge us. This could actually be good, because we actually had a pretty jammed hand there. We get Boss, Switch. We're able to use Revavroom. Yeah, okay. I'm not too mad about that. I don't expect our Arcanine to get knocked out this turn, and we can just Raging Claws return KO something. If they have like another Defiance Band and they're doing more to us, that's good because we can Raging Claws and put that damage back onto them. We do have Boss as well, which means that we can just knock out Lumineon V and be set for the game. Oh, I was going to say, I hope they put that Defiance Band on their Moltres, but they're just going to Inferno Wings us for 90. So 110. We're going to be able to return KO it here. I'm just curious. I don't really know what I want to do. There's 2 energy in the discard. We definitely want to Magma Basin first. Put an energy on Entei V. I think benching Moltres is fine now, and we can Rumbling Engine here. I think that's okay. We didn't get another. Okay, that's fine. As far as we get another energy. Thankfully, we can energy retrieval, and our Entei is going to be doing 100, 120, 140. Okay, so we're gonna be able to knock out Lumineon V, I believe, right? Because it's doing 100, 160, 180. I think we just target down that Lumineon V right now. I think that's our best bet. Yeah, we'll just target down Lumineon. We can even fleet-footed as well here. We're doing 180, so we're okay. We'll fleet-footed. Research, okay. That's fine. I just want to bring up that Lumineon. I want a Rumbling Engine again. See 2 more cards for next turn. Yeah, that's fine. Burning Rondo, I just want to do, you know, take that Pokemon out so that they're very likely going to go up with Arcanine. And then we can just, like, now we have the Escape Rope. I was just going to Lumineon for boss and knock out one of their bench Pokemon with Entei. That was going to be my plan. We're just going to have to see. They're getting another Charcadet down. Nothing else can really help them. They do have, you know, the pieces to take out our Entei here. But thankfully, as long as they don't judge us into like a completely dead hand of 0 energy, 0 cards to play down, we'll be okay. But yeah, okay. They're going to research. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I think we do have the game in the bag here then. There's their Bidoof. There's a Nest Ball now. They can Growlithe. Yeah, so this is kind of what they needed like turn 1 or turn 2 right here. Like an established board. Them starting the Radiant Charizard and giving up an easy prize wasn't the best. The other thing, you know, here though is that we can just Escape Rope and force something out. They're gonna Bright Flame us. That's fine. Taking out the knockout, taking 2 prizes, and now fortunately for us, we can just, yeah, we can go into whatever. We'll just go into Moltres because we have the Escape Rope in hand, and yeah, we'll just Escape Rope. And whatever they bring up, we just knock it out. We'll probably take the final knockout with Arcanine V here. Or Arcanine EX, my mistake. Just want to see what they bring up here. There's that Moltres. We have Arcanine EX attached for turn. And we can Raging Claws for 140 damage. Taking the knockout on my opponent's Pokemon. Taking the final prize card of the game. And taking the dub against their Firebox. So yeah, I think the better Arcanine EX deck might have won. Haha, maniacal laugh. We get to call it the coin flip here. Tails never fails, is what I always say. Unfortunately, it was heads. You know, the game is not enjoying our company today. I will say that much. But you know what? That's okay. That is perfectly fine with me. Our opponent's gonna get to go first here. Hopefully we can maybe get a donk or a turn 1 KO if we get the right start. Okay, this hand is like 2 cards away from being decent. This is gonna be a tough one for sure. Purloin. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't played against anything using Purloin. Capturing Aroma. I think this is Regidrago VSTAR. I was watching a video earlier today from For the Win TCG. Yeah, this is definitely Regidrago VSTAR. I use Purloin, capturing aromas. Yeah, okay, this is going to be an interesting matchup. I'm very much looking forward to playing this one out. Yeah, so it's basically Arceus Regidrago, but you use Purloin and Liepard as the draw engine, and that's it. They're going to Escape Rope and go into Arceus. Okay, that's got to be it. All right, now hopefully we can get a good start here. Nest Ball, that's a good start for sure. Yeah, I think I want to grab Moltres, so at least we can get some chip damage on that. We'll play a Basin, and we'll just go for a Judge here. I don't really want to get Valroom out of the active just yet. Okay, yeah, this isn't too bad. I'm okay with that. We'll get, I think we just got to get another Valroom down to be safe. And pass. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Hopefully we judged them out of any hand that could have been good. We've been getting some really weird draws today, though. There's Mesagoza. Mesagoza could help us out a lot here. It could get us a Reverum if we top deck a Fire Energy, which is pretty likely. So I'd like to get a Valroom. Or, yeah, I'd like to be able to use that Mesagoza, to be honest. And, oh, they have the Research as well. Oh, man. Okay. They have the Arceus VSTAR, which means they have the attack and they have the KO. They have the double Turbo in hand as well. They don't even need to Star with just yet. This deck does seem pretty cool. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see me play this deck on the channel. I think it could be very interesting. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any Fire Energy in the discard. So this is what we need to do. Yeah, they're treating Nova. Okay. This is going to be an interesting sequence of events here. Now. Okay. We're going to need to have NTV put in some work for sure right now. So we'll start with Moltres. Can we top deck a Fire Energy? It's Switch. That's not exactly what we want. Come on, can we get a heads on the Mesagoza? We can. Okay. So we're almost there. We can grab Reverum. We'll switch into Entei, and Fleet-Footed is going to have to save us here. Can we get a Fire Energy? We can. Okay, okay, we're a little bit saved because we can Rumbling Engine away that Fire Energy. We'll Raihan to the Entei. We'll grab... We have another Fire Energy in hand. We have Judge. I think we might just want to grab... Do we want to grab Growlithe? Probably. We probably just want to grab Growlithe. And yeah, there's no energy to use Magma Basin, so it's not really worth putting down right now. And we do 140 damage. Listen, it's not great. I'm just, you know, maybe we don't get knocked out next turn, but they have the Starbirth. That's the crucial thing. So maybe our NTV does get knocked out. We'll have to see. Oh, I have a V-Star in hand anyway. All right. I'm going to go for the Mesagoza. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a tougher match, especially getting those weird draws. Thankfully, we're able to pull that turn, you know, out of the gutter a little bit. They're getting the Garchomp V in the discard. Garchomp V, super cool card that lets you snipe and do 220 damage anywhere on the board. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be very, very interesting for sure. For sure. So I'm just curious. You're gonna grab that Duraludon VMAX. And they're gonna go for a trade. They can put it in the discard. This deck seems super consistent that we're playing up against. So maybe we're gonna be, you know, maybe that's gonna be the next deck that I showcase on the channel. We'll have to take a look and see. If they just opt to attack with Arceus again, yeah, they're going for the Starbirth, so they're probably just gonna grab a Switch or something. Thankfully, we do have a little bit of a board established at the very least. This is still going to be tough to do, though. Like, tough to pull off. There's another Regidrago V. There's a Grass Energy. Are they going to switch? Camo Poncho. Interesting. Oh, okay. Recycler. They're just going to Trinity Nova us. Okay, that's interesting. I did not see Camo Poncho coming, to be honest with you. I wasn't planning on bossing that Regidrago anyway. But that's definitely interesting nonetheless. So at least we can take the KO here. Let's go first for a Mesagoza. That'll determine kind of how we approach this here. With the heads, which is good. Maybe we just put Radiant Heatran down. Force them to deal with it, I think. Yeah, we can do this. Arcanine EX can't actually get damaged on the bench, which is good. I want to go for a Fleet-Footed as well. Ultra Ball. Okay, nothing crazy. Yeah, let's Rumbling Engine first. Okay, yeah, that's okay. I probably don't want to put Moltres down. I don't know. Okay, I think we just want to Ultra Ball. And we probably just want to grab another Entei, to be honest. Because it can't get knocked out by Garchomp V, so I'm not worried about it. And I think we just want to research and get access to more cards. Yeah, that looks fine. No Magma Basin here. Put an energy on the Moltres because I have a feeling we're gonna need to go up with Moltres next turn. And now we'll Burning Rondo for 200 damage and we'll take the KO. So we're actually doing pretty decent right now. And get those two prizes. We can get another Moltres if we need one. I think we still have one in deck. We still have two available, so that's okay. They're gonna go up with the Regidrago. Yeah, so Interested to see what their play is here. Probably rolling iron. That would be my guess. I think that that's pretty reasonable to expect here. Maybe we'll grab a basic off that Capturing Aroma. Yeah, they have the Goodra in the discard. So I think that rolling iron is to be expected, which means we're not going to be able to go up with Moltres and do anything. If they bench another Pokemon V, we might be able to just... Actually... Oh, we can't even knock it out. That's the issue. Again, choice about that, Regidrago. Okay, maybe we just try and boss's orders up that bench Regidrago V and knock it out with Arcanine. Okay, 200, so there's that rolling iron. Get the 2 presses, okay. Now, in the discard, so we might be able to do get another Arcanine set up. Let's bring up Moltres. There's another Moltres. Well, at Nest Ball, probably grabbing Growlithe is the reasonable play. We have 2 boss. So this is what we can do. We can boss up that Regidrago, knock it out with Arcanine. And then they knock it out. So that's challenging though, because our prize race is odd, right? I think that's still kind of what we have to do though. Unfortunately, I think that's kind of what we're gonna have to go for. Well, Magma Basin to Arcanine. Maybe we should have started Magma Basoning to another Pokemon. I think that might have been our little mistake here. We'll go for Lumineon V. Grab Boss. And we'll bring up their bench Regidrago. We'll switch into Arcanine. And we can also Rumbling Engine here. I think that's not the worst idea ever. We'll Rumbling Engine. Get Switch. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. Maybe we should play Retrieval. Yeah, we'll play Retrieval and get some energies in the hand. And yeah, we'll just go for a Bright Flame and take the KO here. Okay. This is definitely going to be a challenge, I will say. A challenge in order to pull off. It's possible, though. There's that Regidrago VSTAR. Yeah, this can't even get Rope Boss. That's the key here because of that Camo Poncho. That's really interesting. I'm kind of just in awe at that deck, to be honest. There's that double turbo, so we're definitely going to get Lost Impacted here. Like, that's 100% what's going to happen. Or they Sonic Strike our Lumineon V. Yeah, no, there's just the Lost Impact taking the KO. Perfect damage because of our Magma Basin, unfortunately. And they just lost zone that double turbo. Okay. Now, let's see. What can we do? They have 1 prize remaining, which is the problem, right? Okay, I have a plan. I just don't know how well it's gonna work, but I do have a plan. We have a switch, okay. There's Raihan as well. We can't even boss this back up. That's the problem here. Yeah, I don't think there's much we can do, unfortunately. We can Magma Basin to our Radiant Heatran. Yeah, we can Raihan to our Entei. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. That's a really cool deck, I will say. But yeah, like if we rope it, we can't even boss them up after, which is what sucks. But we'll still put Moltres down. We'll rope here. Yeah, that's unfortunate, I will say. We're pretty close though. This game actually came down to the wire, but that Camo Poncho like really screwed us up. Man. It did screw us up for sure. We'll grab that back. We can Fleet-Footed at least. Get another Fire Energy, that's fine. Yeah, there's not much we can do here because we're just burning Rondo. We take out their Liepard, but they just Regidrago us, right, for the win here. Man, that is a pretty solid deck, I will say. It's pretty cool. Might want to give it a try for sure. Yeah, no, that's an interesting deck. I think we played pretty well. I think it was pretty close. I do think we should have started powering up Heatran earlier. We might have had a better chance. I didn't predict that Camo Poncho, though, I will say. But you know what? I can concede that match. I can say that I can take that loss. That was definitely a good game between myself and my opponent. So what do you think of my Arcanine EX deck? This deck is so fun to play, and it can be pretty good if you get all the pieces moving. I definitely think it's still a little bit hard to get working properly because of the fact you still need, like, you need 2 stage 1 lines, which isn't the most to ask, but you need a Magma Basin, and you need energy, and you need switching cards. So you need like a lot of cards in order to, you know, make the deck function. What would I change about this deck? Well, honestly, I really do like the concept as it is. I might take out a Moltres. I do kind of want to add a Forest Seal Stone into the deck, or maybe a Sky Seal Stone to help your matchups against certain decks a little bit easier. Supporter wise, everything seems pretty good. Same thing with energy. There are a lot of switching options in this deck though. There's 4 rope and 4 switch. I think you can cut down a little bit, even though I do understand a lot of your deck revolves around switching cards around. But yeah, I think that's about it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this deck down below in the comments. What did you like? What did you dislike? What did you keep? And what would you change about the deck? And subscribe to the Hitmonchanning channel because I'm posting 2 new Pokemon trading card game videos every single week. And like this video if you enjoyed it. So, with all that said and done, Hitmonchanning out.